I want to let us know that what we are here to do this morning is, this conversation is going to be purely economic conversation. It has nothing to do with political affiliations. It has nothing to do with your sentiments or anything. It is the policies that we see here and there in the country and how it affects us, how it puts bread on the table. It has nothing to do with the president. It has nothing to do with the cabinet or anybody. It's purely economic discussion. Please, can you give me this first slide? We must first of all understand that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. Then we also need to understand that all these three major guys, they are all united in their key manifestos. Whoever becomes president out of the three of them would have done what we are saying today. Any attempt for any one of them to do otherwise, the person would have set himself up for failure. They might have done it differently in terms of political calculation and all the rest. But the truth of the matter is, the two critical things or few major things that has happened in the country today, these are subsidy removal and the collapse, the convergence of the parallel and the official market for Naira-dollar exchange rate. The three of them would have done the same thing. Maybe timing might be different. Maybe how they did it might be different. But we need to first of all understand that all of them, there's a problem in this country that either of them, whoever came in, could have come to face. So they all said they were going to remove subsidy. It has been removed. One of them said he was going to sell refinery. Others said they were going to rebuild. All of them said they were going to attract foreign investors. All of them said they were going to grow the economy. All of them said they are going to tackle insecurity. So it has something to do with whoever is there. The next slide. Now, let's look at our economy in the last 30 days. A lot of things are happening. And that is why I said we need to be careful. We should put aside our political sentiments or affiliations. Let us focus on all these policies as it affects us and as they put bread and butter on our table. Okay. In the last 30 days, a lot of things have happened in this country we need to be mindful of. We inaugurated Dangote Refinery, which has capacity to produce 650,000 barrels per day, which at full capacity should be self-sufficient in terms of production of refined crude oil. And they should also have capacity to help our neighboring countries, those that we have been subsidizing in the last, only God knows when. We have been behaving like a Commonwealth nation. We saw in Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the 16th president of Nigeria. Fuel subsidies was removed. CBN governor was suspended. A lot of people said a lot of things about the guy's suspension. And more importantly, Naira was floated. And what that means is that Naira can behave as it likes. What that means is that we subjected Naira to the forces of demand and supply. Good. Then EFCC chairman was suspended and various important bills were signed into law, like the student loan thing and all those stuff. Those are still subjected to different analysis. Because if you say you want to give loan to students, and as of today, they are not really paying. For Federal University, on the average, they pay like 35,000, 40,000 in a session. So if you give them loan, for what? So some people are speculating that once they give them loan, they will increase the tuition. Whatever way it is, we get to know in the next couple of days. Next slide, please. Okay, like I said earlier, there are two major policies that we have rolled out. And they are critical policies that we have been told for a number of years that we have to do them. IMF told us, World Bank told us. In fact, a matter of time, when we go to all these big organizations to borrow, they usually tell us that one of the conditions for taking this loan is remove your subsidy, float your Naira. but we will take the money, we will still refuse to do what is needed. So for the first time, these guys are very happy with us because we seem to be ready for growth. So more importantly, what has happened in Nigeria in the last 30 days or the last couple of weeks sent a very, very critical signal to the international community that Nigeria is ready for growth. So then again, one of the important things, I'm talking about the gains and the pains. More funds will be available to government because subsidy has been removed. And we expect that as these funds get to the hand of the local government, state government, federal government, we put them on infrastructures. That is what we believe. And I believe strongly that they have no option. Because we have put ourselves on a particular pedestal. All this while, we have been hiding. But now that you throw your economy open and you have done these two major things, they want to see how your economy is going to move in the next 4 years. So they have no option. They will spend this money right on infrastructure. Then the oil and gas industry is set for competition, which means that people can then come freely. People want to invest in the economy can come in. Since we know there is no subsidy, it's not as if somebody will take one truck, we pretend as if we have a petrol station, buy 33,000 of liter in the middle of the night, drive it to Cotonou, drop it there, and all those stuff. So all those nonsense is gone. We stopped funding our neighboring countries with our national wealth. We have been behaving like big boys, foolish big boys. So now we have stopped being foolish. The corruption surrounding subsidy is gone. Then the labor union can, with their chest, demand for the increase of minimum wage, which they are going to get. Which they are going to get. And some people that say it's going to be like 50,000, some are saying it's going to be like 60,000. So if it becomes 60,000, that is 100% growth, which is commendable. But the issue with them be, if government is doing it, will the people in the private sector be able to replicate it? But of course, once you pass the law, it becomes a law. Then it becomes criminal for you not to pay. So which means that the sweeper in your organizations, the cleaners, should earn nothing less than 60,000 naira if they make it 60,000 naira. And I believe, my opinion about that, I believe every organization can do it. But we have to work differently. Now, the pain. Pump price is now 500. We are living with it. We are not going to die. I believe you have seen worse situation in this country. We remember 1993. We remember the SAP 82, 83, thereabouts, structural adjustment program, and others. So I don't see it as a big deal. As far as I'm concerned, no shaking. Inflation now 22.4 as at May. This inflation figure did not factor in the effects of subsidy removal and the effects of the naira floating. So what we are going to see in June is going to be a spike. So people are saying that it's going to jump to about 25. So if it becomes 25, it has a serious implication. So what that means is that virtually everybody will be losing money, except you can put your money in an investment that will yield more than the inflation, which in this environment is quite tough. Very possible, but quite tough. So cost of transportation is all-time high, which we are trying to, everybody's trying to fix it. Sometimes, truly, we have been quite wasteful. If you look at it, when it comes to transportation, we just move everywhere. Just pick your car and drive. We just drive. Some people will say, I'm bored. You just pick their car and drive around town. People do it. People drive around town. People will call and say, let me come and greet. So all those things, we don't need to be taught. We will learn. People are compelled. Now, some states are saying that people should work 3 days, make a week. So which means that it's actually possible to work 3 days and make a week. And people are now talking about hourly pay, which I think that is the way to go. and it has serious implication. Some people are paid to mark time. People should not be paid to mark time. Resume 8, close by 4, you have worked for the day. People should be paid based on productivity. The economies that we run to, is that not how we are being paid? You can't be paid to mark time. So you don't come in the morning 8 and leave by 4 and say you have ended the day. They will ask you, what have you done? So now, I feel that for small businesses, pay people high. Give them 100,000, but pay them based on productivity. That is my recommendation. What that means that there will be loss of job. But the few people that can retain the job will be well paid. So if there is a loss of job, then people can find what I can find this level. Or people can rethink, or people can replan their lives and find a place that, because I feel that people want to work. Their problem is not that people don't want to work, because when they get out of this Nigeria, we work. So it is not inability to work, it is just that the environment has set us up to be lazy or not to work as we ought to work. So in the spirit of efficiency, like I said, some job will be lost, labor cost. Then again, we may have to revisit some of the lessons that we learned during COVID-19 lockdown. All those lessons, a lot of us, we have dropped it. So maybe we need to now start to do online meetings. Maybe we have to start doing online transactions and all those stuff again, and so that we can cut costs properly. Next slide. Now, for the naira that is floated, Nigeria market has now confidence of the investor, like I said. We expect that, because now what that means for the international community or the business environment is that whatever it is that I want to do, I can come in and come out at any time. Unlike now, that people will bring money. When they want to take out their money, CBN will say there is no dollar. Airline will, operate in Nigeria for Saturday. When it's time to pay, they will say there is no. People want to invest. They don't even know. They know the rate at which they are investing. They don't know the rate at which they will come out. Then people want to bring in ideas. You cannot even be sure that your idea is selling, because your idea is not even subjected to the forces of market and demand. Now, what people do is that all you need to do is just have connection with CBN. All you need to do to make million, have connection with CBN. Let them just give you $1 million. You are okay. Just get $1 million, find it, take it out to the black market, sell it for a spread of 300,000, then you make 300 million naira without doing anything. So when people get agitated over all these policies, you discover that what concerns you is small. The people that are concerned, they pepper them. So our own, we have pains here and there, but the real issue is for the big boys or the thieves. So for reserve, we grow, because now by the time we convert $1 million, we get close to 700 million naira. Unlike when we convert 1 million naira and we get 400. So our foreign reserve, there will be less pressure on our foreign reserve, so it can grow. That is if we continue to export. That is if we continue to take care of those people stealing our crude. Both official market and parallel markets are converging. Analysis says most likely it's going to be around 650, between 650 and 700 to settle down. It's settling down. The one in the official market is finding its feet. On Thursday, it closed at 702 on Thursday. On Friday, it closed at 663. So which means it's gradually finding its level. But we have not seen so much movement in the parallel market. But we believe that it's just a matter of time. Once you take the pressure from the parallel markets into the official market, the parallel market becomes weak. Then it will lose its ground and come back to the official market. At the end of the day, we don't expect the gap to be more than 5 naira, at most 10 naira. So dollar will readily available for travelers. People want to travel, that you go and join the queue, want to get BTA, you join the queue and all the stuff, you stay there forever and nothing happens. So that is going to probably stop, but you'll be buying for more. The price of commodity will go up significantly, as we have seen. But of course, some people are also saying that the price will not witness so much increase, because a lot of people do not even buy from the official market before now. They have been buying from the parallel markets. So to some people, this is just a question of it is now available. Because for some people, you just took their struggle away. But really in times of difference. But if you say that, that will be for SME. Dangote will not buy in parallel markets. That's the man controlling our commodity markets. BOA, all those big organizations, the Coca-Colas of this world, the Nigerian breweries, Guinness, and those ones, they don't buy from parallel markets. So we expect the cost of Coca-Cola, Maltina, and other drinks to go up. Naira-denominated wealth to lose value. That same day, Dangote lost $3.2 billion. Dangote today has moved from 74th in the world to 94, just because we redenominated, Naira became weakened. So by the time they converted his wealth to dollars, then he has to lose position. That is for the big boys and for those who do international transactions. So it's also concerned the small boys too. And that is my last point. For the people that want to jackpot, you will need more money now, because before now they used to denominate based on the official market. So the kind of money that you need for proper fund now will go up. Your living expense, insurance, and all those things that people pay for will go up. So we're expecting that maybe another people that needed 10 million before, we probably need 15 now and the rest. And for people who earn dollars too, well, there is really not much to rejoice, because when the people earn dollar, they don't take it to the official market. They actually take it to the black market. But when the black market now collapses, so maybe Pastor can quickly sell his Canadian dollars, because in the next few weeks, we can see it come down. So, and find this level. Banks' ability to lend may reduce, because now, for those of them that have dollar portfolio, dollar loans, the size of the dollar would have grown by the time they convert. They are in Nigeria. They do their financials based on Naira. So by the time they adjust their books, some of them might say, please, we seems to be swelling up all of a sudden. It depends on the nature of the bank and their portfolio and their mix. Last slide. Next slide, please. Okay. So what should we be doing? We have joined the League of Market-Driven Economies in the world. So we should behave like that. So what that means is that there is going to be free flow of investment. People will come with different ideas. They can come in and out. Then what the economy watchers are applauding us already, so money will come into our economy. It is no longer business as usual for government, business, and individuals. Nigeria economy will be open up to investment, so we should get prepared. And I want to mention specifically the story of the telecom industry, MTN and Econet those days, 2001 precisely. When they came, people were not, this MTN, they were a very small company in South Africa that came to Nigeria. Nigeria is their major portfolio today. And I'm not even talking about MTN alone. I'm talking about small businesses like each and every one of us. I know somebody that just started all those recharge cards. Now that person is a big distributor in this city today. So much money. So when economy is opened up like that, you see a lot of things happening. When these things are happening, please let us open our eyes. So the areas that we need to key in, we should quickly key in. And what I tell people is that where the big boys are going, always note that place. When you see Otedola and Tony Elumelu fighting, it means something is happening in power sector. So all you need to do is that definitely something is going to happen in power sector. Then what will be that implication? You may not have money to go and compete with them, but you now look at the value chain. If this happened, what will be the next? What will be the next? When MTN came, you didn't get the license to operate, but you could be distributors. Because once they succeed at the top, or everybody in the landline will succeed. So those are the things we should be looking out for. The stock market is already growing. In the last 30 days, the market has grown by 12.5% in 30 days, and that is not a bad one. And I expect it to continue to grow. And what will happen is that most of our stocks are undervalued. When those people say that there are a lot of money outside of Nigeria, investors looking for where to put their money. They may be going to Kenya, they may be going to East Africa. But the reason they love Nigeria, they know Nigeria is viable. But what has been stopping us are those two factors that we have addressed. We've seen projections from JP Morgan. We've seen projections from all of them. They are ready to come. So people are saying that in the next few months, they will come. When they come around, what will usually happen is they will start to drive our markets. So they are big boys. When big money enter the capital market will move. So we need to just position ourselves. Then lastly, We need to prayerfully keep our hope alive. More importantly, we need to pray for the eyes that see. Thank you.